it's me again, and I am here for us to just go over a few interesting factors that might influence your premium that a lot of people may not be aware of.
Yeah, there are so many aspects that determine your premium. So that's quite interesting. And I think it's a very good subject that people can know. You know, people, when you go and buy a new car, you have to know that the color of that car that you like can also influence your premium. So history has shown that white cars are more visible, are in less accidents overall. So if you buy a white car or a silver car, your premium is going to be cheaper than what you will pay for a red, a charcoal or a black car. So that's something that people should know.
Oh my word, I didn't know that. And you always see all these white cars on the road. Did they know this before we knew that?
Maybe so.
Now you know. So another thing that I heard is when you change your marital status, that can also influence your premium. So apparently when you're single, you're a higher risk than somebody who's married or maybe divorced. I didn't know that.
How interesting is that? One of the questions that's very important for insurers is who will be the regular driver of the vehicle. They take the driving experience, the claims history and all of that of the regular driver in consideration when determining the premium. So who the driver is going to be mostly will also influence the premium.
So we have to make sure that we are selecting somebody who has a great track record. And how do we have a great track record if you didn't even know what influences your premium? So I think it's important that people are aware that the premium is mainly determined by the regular driver's information, not necessarily the policy holder, if it's a different person.
That is true, and that's why it's so important to inform your insurer immediately or before there's a new regular driver on a specific vehicle. Something else that's very interesting is the usage of the vehicle. Your insurer will ask you, is the vehicle only going to be for private use, or will it be used in your everyday business, you know, driving to clients and so on? Very important. That also has an influence on your premium. Your nighttime address or circumstances. Is the vehicle going to be parked in the road? Is it behind a locked gate or in a locked garage? All of those facts are very important. Yeah. But as you know, I think you should give us a little bit of advice of everything that's listed there on the policy schedule.
Yes, just to touch on the business use, I think a lot of people might be a bit confused what actually determines business use. So if I need my vehicle to perform my work, or if it's a critical part of me being able to do my job, that should give me an indication that I probably should have business use coverage, right? But me just going from home to work, that's not considered business use because it's just my means of transportation. Yes. So I think that difference is what people need to be more mindful of. If your vehicle is important and critical for you to be able to do your job, then it's likely that you need business use insurance. Is that correct?
That's correct, and your insurer should know about it.
100%. So make sure that we check our policy documents. What are the criteria that your insurer has specified that you need to inform them of for them to be able to determine your premium?
Yeah, like that's the list. That's very important. If anything change on that, inform your insurer immediately.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sakina.